Hello, I'm Quartermuncher. Welcome to the Quartermuncher Experience, where I play RPGs I put off for too long. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is an expansive open-world RPG developed by Monolith Soft. Originally released on the Wii U in 2015, this Definitive Edition brings the game to the Nintendo Switch with enhanced visuals, an additional story chapter, and quality-of-life improvements such as no gamepad. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition was released on the Nintendo Switch on March 20th, 2025. It was published by Nintendo and developed by Monolith Soft. As for why I'm playing it, well, the Xenoblade trilogy is, thus far, 3 of the outright best video games I've ever played. After the first one, that is the highest bar I've ever seen for the video gaming as a hobby. Many would say Elden Ring would be Game of the Year 2023, and as of February 2023, I would be poised to agree. Unfortunately, in March 2023, Nintendo launched a Nintendo Direct and uttered the phrase that pays to reduce a game of that quality to runner-up Game of the Year and no contest. I'm talking about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and much like the first two, Nintendo delivered on exactly that promise. Xenoblade Chronicles X, however, does not live up to the standards of the mainline trilogy. Few games do, however. I've had issues with the vanilla one, and it was left unfinished in my collection on the Wii U. As such, I had to take a dive into the Definitive Edition. This is not a review, this is a journey. Let me tell you about the Quartermuncher Experience. In 2018, Xenoblade's creator, Tetsuya Takahashi, announced a desire to bring XBX out from the Wii U onto the Nintendo Switch. As such, the Definitive Edition was eventually created to bring it to a broader audience, addressing previous criticism and enhancing the game systems. It includes improved tutorials, streamlined menus, and additional content that expands upon the original story. Xenoblade Chronicles X is set on the alien planet Mira. After Earth's destruction, humanity's remnants established New Los Angeles as their new home on this world. Players assume the role of a customizable avatar, joining the organization Blade to explore Mira and protect NLA. The actual narrative of the story follows humanity's struggle to survive after fleeing Earth, focusing on the search for their life hold, the key to humanity's survival on Mira. As players delve deeper into Mira's mysteries, they end up confronting alien factions, uncovering hidden truths about the planet, and face moral dilemmas that question the essence of humanity itself. The main dramatis personae of Xenoblade X include a silent protagonist as the main character. You also have Elma, a skilled blade operative, leader, and de facto actual main character, Lin Li Ku, a teenage medical prodigy responsible for scale maintenance, and Tatsu, a Nopon used as the butt of jokes. You also have a whole variety of townspeople that will act as other party members to unlock and go on quests for. As far as towns go, New Los Angeles serves as the central hub, offering shops, mission terminals, facilities to upgrade equipment and scales, and is your main go-to source for all quests, both main and side. As far as dungeons go, Xenoblade Chronicles X does not have traditional dungeons. It features diverse biomes with unique challenges. We start off with Primordia, a region with lush plains and rolling hills. We have Noctilum, a dense jungle with bioluminescent flora and one of the best areas to look at visually in any of the Xenoblades. Oblivia, arid deserts with ancient ruins scattered about just about everywhere. Silbalom, which is an ethereal landscape shrouded in mist and just visually looking fantastic. Finally, we have Cauldros, a volcanic region in the north dominated by the villains of the game. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, players will engage in real-time combat, utilizing a combination of melee and ranged attacks, special abilities called arts, and strategic positioning, as well as cooldowns. The game itself emphasizes exploration with seamless transitions between combat and traversal, including the use of skells, giant mechs that can transform into cars and or fly. Combat in XBX involves managing a party of characters, each with unique classes and abilities. Players can target specific enemy parts to disable certain attacks, and the overdrive system enhances abilities temporarily. Skells introduce powerful combat options, but require fuel management as well as strategic deployment. Character possession is tied to experience points, class ranks, and affinity levels. Players can customize skill sets, upgrade equipment, enhance skills, and distribute experience points to make their arts more, powerful. The Definitive Edition streamlines these systems, making progression even more intuitive. The game itself offers a plethora of side quests ranging from simple fetch quests to intricate narratives that deepen character backstories. Heck, that's actually most of the game is just a side quest. Meanwhile, you have unique monsters known as tyrants that serve as formidable optional bosses scattered throughout Mira and the open world. The Definitive Edition boasts enhanced visuals with improved textures, lighting, and environmental details. The art style blends sci-fi elements with alien details, creating a visually captivating world. Bonus points from Monolith Soft for tying this all together to make it one of the best open worlds around, period. Meanwhile, the presentation has cutscenes and in-game interactions presented with cinematic flair, supported with a user interface that's been refined for clarity and ease of use. Furthermore, the game's soundtrack is composed by Hiroyuki Sawano, which is a name to know. It features a mix of orchestral and electronic tracks that underscore the game's epic scope and emotional depth. Some of the songs I like include Black Tar, an energetic battle theme, and Don't Worry, a soothing track that I'll get to that later. The game itself includes full English voice acting with performances that bring the characters to life. Originally, in Xenoblade Chronicles X, I just wanted to get to the story, which is the cream filling of any Xenoblade game, or at least it should be. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, however, they're gated off by a certain affinity mission. This time I figured I would just do as many affinity missions as possible just to clear through the map, get through the story, and actually get to know the citizens of New LA to try to get the full story this time around. Things I liked about the game. For starters, I like the open world. When I say a Xenoblade game, it's gotta be part open world, part grade A JRPG. It's swinging big and hitting the home run that kinda goes into space. Another thing I liked is giant robots. Exploring Mira is fun, but exploring Mira in a giant robot? Chef's kiss. Even more so when you get the flying ability for them. Another thing I liked, maybe even loved, was the soundtrack. Hiroyuki Sawano is a name in the know for his distinctive anime soundtracks. As such, bringing him on delivers what I would call the best soundtrack out of all 4 Xenoblade games. Alright, now it's time for things I disliked about XBX. This one probably applies to the main trilogy as well, but due to the quest-focused nature of XBX, this one stands out a lot more. I'm trying to progress from A to B and maybe fight some monsters along the way. Occasionally, I'm going to be surprised by a much bigger level fish who will do to me exactly what Xenoblade 3 did to Elden Ring. In XBX, sometimes this fish is right around the monsters that I need to kill for a quest that actually is my level. If I need to kill some level 20 monsters, cool. The level 50 monster that's right behind them, not so much. I also dislike the story. The phrases, "Where's the cream filling? Where's the beef?" come immediately to mind. If the 3 Xenoblades are some of the meatiest, juiciest hamburgers you could imagine due to the plot lines, then Xenoblade X is a BLT. The lettuce and the bun are very high quality, but I find the lack of meat to be the key ingredient to be lacking here, and it shows. I also sort of dislike the characters. The other Xenoblades are just prime examples of some by-the-book JRPGs. A party of 8 or so folks go on a quest to save the world with some grade A characterization and, in Xenoblade's case, a huge world to explore. XBX focuses more on the open world, but a wide cast that is nowhere as deep. Some of these folks get characterization during their side quests, but most of the game is focused on that as opposed to the main story itself. And now, for the best part of Xenoblade Chronicles X. The best part of Xenoblade Chronicles X is when you finally get to unlock the flying ability for your giant robot, and Don't Worry by Amy Blackschlager kicks in. It is such a euphoric moment in this game that it's basically the high point of it. The worst part of Xenoblade Chronicles X is the silent protagonist. Thus far, every Monolith Soft game has been the tale of a JRPG protagonist. Shulk, Rex, Beifong, Xion, and now this guy. It's also reflective of the story not living up to the standards of the originals due to it being much less personal. Alright, by the numbers, Xenoblade Chronicles X took me about 90 hours to complete. That's the journey across all 5 continents, with about a party of 4 characters for my expeditions. I've mastered all 12 classes, and I would give this 2025's runner-up Game of the Year award. Yes, it's premature, but what else this year is going to match it? Alright, well that's all for today. Till next time, I'll see you next time on the Quartermuncher Experience.